Good evening. Happy holidays, everyone. It's Matt from 3 Count Thursday. We're still doing our 12 days of Christmas Mad Libs here for the YouTube page. This time we have friend of the show, Candace Cordelia, jumping back on with us. I think you did one a few months ago with us. I don't remember if it was the Halloween one or if it was just a regular Mad Libs, but you were with us nonetheless. So um,
Exactly. Yeah.
honestly, during quarantine, kind of everything runs together. So, um, but we're hoping you're staying safe with everything. I know before we started recording, you said you were getting a little bit of snow, so hopefully doesn't get too
Oh
bad
yeah.
on you here.
Yeah. I'm right outside of Philadelphia and pretty much I hear the wind churning right now, but it was pretty heavy before, but I think we're only gonna get maybe 3, 4 inches. But it sounds like you guys are getting really slammed up there.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
I think the plow trucks have come by like twice so far at this point, and you
Wow.
wouldn't even know. So it's
Okay, I'm
gonna
really
be a long night, I think.
jealous.
So before we jump into the Mad Libs, we have been asking all of our guests for the show the same 3 questions. So we're going to propose them to you. So do you have a favorite holiday film that you like to watch traditionally? It can be more than one, but is there one specifically that jumps out to you?
Oh, that is a great question. It's funny because I've been watching more non-Christmas fare
Okay.
in terms of movies, but I've been really heavily into Hallmark. I'm not even gonna lie, Hallmark and Lifetime.
Okay.
Uh, I'm just throwing that out there because I love Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies.
Mhm.
But a favorite one traditionally, I'm not gonna say A Christmas Story, even though I love A Christmas Story. It's actually not my favorite.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with. Oh my gosh, you stumped me with this one. You know what? Home Alone 2.
Okay.
That's the one that I watch every year. I just watched it like a few weeks ago, but that one, I definitely feel like I have to watch that every year because
Okay.
it's a classic and it's
Oh
better
yeah, absolutely.
than the original. So it's like,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure. We
yeah.
actually just talked about that on the show last week because Tim, our one guy, is a big Home Alone 1 and 2 champion here. So he
Oh,
always bangs the drum for those. And the argument came up that some people do say that they like two more than one. And I think it does have merit. You get a lot of good like pranks in the second one more so than the first. Um,
exactly.
the whole
And
New
it's
York
set in New
vibe.
York.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's like if you've never even been to New York, it's the quintessential, in my mind, New York Christmas movie, and it's
They
just
do
fantastic.
they
It's
do
all,
kind of touch on everything in there. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
definitely.
you know.
Um, so next question then is there a Christmas or holiday song when it comes on you either turn it up or you immediately turn it off?
Turn it up. Any song on Mariah Carey's holiday album.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, if you don't like Mariah Carey's Christmas album, we have to have words because it's everything. It is
Mhm.
everything. And it's still, I think it just topped the charts again. One of her tracks, like the main
Yeah.
track, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I think that one topped the charts the other day. So can't knock that. Now, a
Right.
song that I have to turn down, oh gosh. I don't know if there's any Christmas songs that I actually don't like.
Okay.
I don't think there's any. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so I really don't think there's any Christmas song that I feel is annoying or
Totally fair.
down. So yeah.
I mean, there are some like sad ones, I guess, that don't get a ton of airplay anyway. Like
Yeah.
our one guy Ryan always brings up the Christmas shoes. I don't know if you've heard that one, but
Okay. Now I have to,
yeah, give that a listen. You might shed a tear or two. And to be honest, as we've gone through these shows, the Mariah Carey has been very polarizing. I'm with you. Um,
really.
yeah, all I Want for Christmas Is You is probably top three for me, but I've
Okay.
had a couple people say that they turned that one off immediately too. So I didn't know that the Queen of Christmas got that kind of reaction, but so far we've had I think it's been at least two that have said turn it off for Mariah Carey, and we've
Oh,
had
that's wild.
a couple that have
Well,
said turn it up.
I'm gonna add also, is it Wham, the 80s group?
Hmm.
The last that is That's a classic. That one I have to add in there. I love that song. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, that's another great one. So for those non-Mariah Carey Christmas
Yeah.
holiday lovers, I'm gonna throw that one in there for you because I love it too. So
So there is also the game, it's called Whamageddon. So you try to see how far you get into the season without hearing that song. So I'm
okay.
actually still alive in that game. I have yet to hear it.
Me too, which
So
is weird
it's one
because
of those
usually
things because I usually hear it immediately.
yeah.
But I haven't been driving to work lately. We're still working from home, so I don't have the radio on as much as I typically would. So that's probably why I'm safe and I haven't gone out of my way to listen to it. But once you get to Christmas Day, you're good. You can listen to Wham all you want. So that's when I'll indulge on that one.
Absolutely.
And then last question, is there a specific Christmas cookie that you look forward to every year?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay.
I never was really a big Christmas cookie person, but
Okay.
ironically, I'm attempting to make Christmas cookies for the first time this year.
Okay.
But my family, because my mom's from Trinidad and Tobago and St. Vincent. She was born in
Okay.
St. Vincent. So our Christmas tradition growing up, she would make rum cake, or it's really
Okay.
called black cake, but it's made with rum.
Mhm.
And it's just as potent, depending on how much rum you put in it. It's just as potent as you can imagine. So
Sure.
that was kind of our traditional dessert. But other than that, we never really indulged in cookies, Christmas cookies, and I don't really miss it per se. It's not something
Okay.
that I have to do. So yeah, yeah.
So in my family, I'm half Mexican, half German. So both like the traditional cookies for that was the Mexican wedding balls and then the Kipfel, which are both like extremely dry cookies. So I was never really like into it as a kid. And so now that I can like make whatever I want, then I get more into the Christmas cookies. But growing up, I was never really like seeking those out because that's kind of all that was available. We didn't do like the traditional, sugar cookies and stuff like that. It was the traditional cookies that I didn't really care for.
Yeah, so we can high five on that. We have
Yeah,
that in common.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Although now I certainly do indulge, more so than I probably should during the holidays. But so before we started, I gave you the options. You went with Golden Girls Christmas Mad Libs, which is very exciting now. So first thing we'll need from you tonight here is an adjective.
Okay. And I'm using my phone this time,
Yep,
Matthew.
that's
So I'm
totally
gonna
fair.
give this my all. So I'm going to go with juvenile.
Juvenile, all right. A plural noun.
Okay, let's see what I have here in my list. I am choosing. Oh, I'll go with forks.
Okay. A verb.
Let us go with steal or stealing.
Okay. Another adjective.
Okay, I am going to choose helpless.
All right. This is going very well for reading the story. I'm just letting you know here. A type of food.
Oh, wow. I'm going to pick moussaka. I came up with that on my own.
Okay, perfect. This time we need a verb ending in ing.
Okay, let's try sailing.
Okay. We will get two straight nouns from you.
Okay. Nouns. I'm going to go with friendship and cow.
All right. All right. Another adjective.
Let's try obnoxious.
Okay. A verb.
A lot of verbs. I like
There
it.
is. Yeah.
Uh, Let us do sleep.
Okay. A plural noun.
I'm going to go with crises.
An adverb.
Let's try quickly.
And lastly, a adjective.
Okay. Let's make this one good, Candace. Ooh, let's do harmonious.
All right. Very good. Okay, so this is Sophia's Sicilian Christmas baking contest.
I love Sophia.
She is the best. All right. Dorothy, Mom, tell that story about the juvenile cheesecake festival in Sicily. Sophia, sure, my helpless dumpling. Every year, all the forks in Sicily would steal in a baking contest. Each household would submit their best version of Italian moussaka cake, and everyone in town would take turns sailing one another's baked goods. Rose, what if someone didn't want to sleep in the contest? Sophia, everyone in Sicily had to participate in the friendship, Rose. It was mandatory. Anyway, if your cake was obnoxious enough, you got to stay in Sicily for another year. Blanche, oh, Sophia, surely they didn't have a contest to decide if you could live in your own cow. Sophia, of course they did. And the losers would have to leave their crises and move somewhere else. Rose, that is quickly barbaric. Sophia, it wasn't harmonious, Rose. It was Sicily.
Oh my gosh. The end of that was perfect.
It was. It really worked out well. I liked I think it would have been better if Blanche was asking what if everyone didn't want to sleep in the contest. But other than that, I think it worked out pretty well. So that was the Golden Girls Christmas Mad Libs. Candace, again, we very much appreciate you jumping on here with us. Hope you have a very wonderful holiday season here, a very prosperous 2021. And, we hope all the best. Hopefully, we get to bump into you at a show if those are, happening here in 2021, fingers crossed. But we wish you well and we appreciate your time. Have a good night.
Likewise, and good night, guys. Thank you so much for having me, Matthew. Happy holidays, everyone.